Peace, family, peace, 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 peace. Okay, so, I'm like, should I have the phone down, up? Let me turn this light on here, huh? 1 second. Okay. All right. So, I was in the room, okay? I was in the room sorting out my clothes, okay? So I could go through this laundry, okay? And, I had received the download. Okay, I was gonna sit in a higher chair, but let me see. I guess this will do. I received the download, so you guys know. Whenever I receive a download, okay, it prompts me to do content, okay, because it's something that needs to be said. My intuition is telling me to say this, okay? So, listen, because I know some people will look at the title and they'll be like, why? You know, very, very defensive, okay? This is not one of those, okay? If it don't apply, let it fly, okay? And the reason why I say black man, okay, you have the ability to face yourself, okay? First off, I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. And my name is Dina Bryant. Okay, I do these inspirational videos just so we could shift, okay? So we could shift our mindset and understand that if we are doing something that is not serving us, we have the ability to always change our lives, okay? I really want to own in on that because I believe that when you start looking at your life and start seeing the results that you are producing, yes, you are producing those results. And if you do not like the results that you are producing, you can always change, you can always move. You can always do something different, okay, than what you would normally do, okay? And so this video comes because some may say, well, you know, you speaking on black men, okay? Who gives you the right, you know, you ain't even a damn man, okay? Now, I know I ain't no damn man, okay? But I have sons, okay? And what gives me the right is understanding that it doesn't matter if it's male or female, but I'm definitely talking to black men because okay, so I had this meeting today, okay, pertaining to my youngest son, right? Far as his academics, okay. And my youngest son seems like it's the same exact thing that occurred with my oldest son, okay? Wait until this truck pass by. Okay, so my oldest son, when he was a kid, okay, and he was in elementary school, the school would say like he wasn't, you know, really interested in the work. He really, you know, wouldn't want to do the work. He just like it wasn't like a behavioral thing, like although he would cut up, but it was more so they would say, you know, he wouldn't focus, and you know, it was like he didn't want to do the homework, didn't want to do the work. It was almost like he didn't want to be in the class, okay? And I'm seeing that with my youngest son, right? And you guys who have been rocking out with me for a minute, I had spoke about homeschooling my children before, okay? And in fact, I did homeschool my youngest son, but because his father felt like, you know, oh, he's not learning, I guess, like the way the school teaches, he was like, oh, you know, he wanted to put him back into public school, okay? Well, go back to the school he was previously in. And this was like during the whole COVID situation. And so today I had a meeting with the school and stuff like that. And it's so funny how, you know, things tie together, right? Like they go hand in hand with one another because I had the meeting with the school. One second, family. So since I had the meeting with the school before the meeting with the school, okay, to see if my son could be tested or whatever it is like that, my intuition kept telling me to pick up this book. Okay, so I have this book in my closet. It's called We Are Not the Same. Okay, by Shaniqua Samuels. This is Safari from Love and Hip Hop, his sister's book. Okay, in fact, this is my second copy, but today before the meeting, okay, my intuition kept saying, girl, read the book. Okay, I was listening to Bob Proctor earlier today, and after I got out of the shower and stuff like that, my intuition just was like, get the book, read the book, because I remember it was a part on here that in this book that talked about Safari when he was in school. Okay, the school system, they wanted, the teachers and stuff and the psychologists and stuff, they wanted to test him because they was like, he can't focus, he hyper, and things of that nature. And so I'm just gonna read a little bit. Okay, this miseducation of our people, and it says education and medication. Okay, this is not giving any medical advice. Okay, this is entertainment purposes only. Okay, so it says this miseducation of our people has led me to address issues with our youth. It is quite apparent that America unvocally associates black children with special ed, therefore killing their dreams before they grow up. It begins like this. Okay, Miss Samuels, your child is too hyper. Miss Samuels, your child is unable to sit still. Miss Samuels, I think your child has some behavioral issues. These words sound all too familiar to families of color being called into school to sit down with your child's teacher, the school psychologist, and even the principal. Miss Samuels, we think Safari may have a behavioral issue and we would like to have him tested. Typically, a lot of parents will agree. Let me wait. Typically, a lot of parents will agree to testing because, let's face it, these adults have degrees, so they must be right? Hell no. Not in all the cases that have come about. Luckily for my brother, my mom said no to testing, let alone medication. Fast forward 30 years later, he is living out his dreams drug-free. Okay. Now, the reason why I wanted to read that, so I believe everything is interconnected, right? And you guys hear me talk about that a lot. And when I say everything is interconnected, I believe, and I did a video yesterday, I believe it was, and I said, when you know your purpose or when you know who you are, things in your life, you will begin to see a change in your life, right? But it's only when you don't know who you are and when you have been conditioned to believe that you're not smart enough, when you have been conditioned to believe that, because maybe you grew up in a single mother's home, you may feel like, you're not a real man or you're not capable. All these different, I want to say like identity crisis. It's so funny because the other day I was listening to Dr. Myles Munroe. And while I was listening to Dr. Myles Munroe, he has this series and it was, I think it's called Discipline, right? And he talks about like how men should discipline themselves. And while I was listening to Dr. Myles Munroe, during like the ending of, the conference or whatever, it's on YouTube. During the ending of the conference, Dr. Myles Munroe called several men up, that was a part of who went to the conference. And as they stood up, it was a few of them who was saying like they was raised in a single mother home. And it just, I don't know, I just started weeping because And the reason, I guess, is because whew, when you live, and then this is something that I had experienced with my oldest son, right? When your father isn't around, and you may see all the other children, because my oldest son, my two oldest children, they had went to like this school. It was a school that was predominantly, it was a lot of Indians. Okay, it was in Jersey City Heights, and so you see a lot of the kids, with their father and stuff like that. And so one of the things that I often would do is, being a parent, and wanting to make my children feel like, they was good enough, and wanting them to feel like that they was enough. I would often substitute. So I would like try to buy them, whatever it was, I would try to buy them, because I didn't want them to ever feel like they wasn't good enough. And with my oldest son, I don't know who this video is for, but my intuition, as I was sorting clothes, my intuition was like, do a video talking specifically to black men, and they have the ability to face themselves. But with my oldest son, I remember seeing my oldest son. Like when I had my youngest son, and I remember how my youngest son and his father, like my youngest son's father would like we would live in the same house, and my youngest son's father would pick my youngest son up, and my oldest son, the way he would look, and not like a look like jealousy, but a look like he never got to experience that, like that fatherly love. And is guys that I dated and stuff like that, but for him to like really experience like his own father, and him to see like really what is like, he never got to experience that. And the reason why I think is so important, and you guys hear me, doing videos all the time and saying, you really got to get to know yourself, I think that's where everything stems from, turning to substance, turning to, vices and stuff like that. And I only speak from experience. Like, I only speak from love. I speak from, knowing that it's times where as though I looked for things outside my existence and it never completed me. It always felt like something still was off. It always felt like no matter how much stuff I had, I still felt incomplete. I still felt like something was wrong. And it's not until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired will your life change. And we can blame, right? We can blame, we can name, we can say, oh, well, because of this or because of that or whatever the situation is. But the truth of the matter, you have to understand you have the ability to change your life. Your mama could have been strung out on drugs. You know, your daddy may have been absent from your home. And what gives me the ability to talk about this and to speak about this is because I went through things, okay? I didn't grow up I was institutionalized, they say, or whatever it is. I was in programs and stuff like that. And if I am able to see that I am the creator of my reality, if I am able to see that whatever it is that I want to change and I want to manifest into my life, you are no different. You are no different. You have to understand that everything starts with you. And if you don't like what's showing up in your life, you have to do something different. And whatever that difference may be, is going to be different than what you normally would do, because that's the only way you are going to be able to get change. And you are capable. You are smart enough. You are brilliant. You are such a dope ass creator. But if you keep living like you don't deserve the best of the best, if you keep living like you don't have time to take out for yourself, I'm here to tell you, no matter what it is that you're chasing, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be relationships, looking for your mama in these relationships. But no matter what it is, if you don't start doing the work on yourself, you're going to constantly and continuously keep getting the same exact thing. Because how you are attracting these things is because of your image. It's because of how you see yourself. That's how you attracting them. And so how do you start changing your self-image? I tell you guys all the time, what happened for me, it was I needed to start taking radical action. I needed to start doing something different. I couldn't continuously keep doing the same exact thing, hoping and praying and lucking or blaming or naming and saying, oh, it's because of this person, or it's because of that person, or it's because of, I had to start taking accountability of my life. And you have the same capability, the same ability. You could start taking accountability of your life today. And what does that look like? It looks like you start taking responsibility. You know what? I've been looking for things outside myself, but I'm going to get to know who I am. You don't need all the answers, all the puzzle pieces. The only thing you have to do is make a choice. And let me tell you something. The choice, it may be a little uncomfortable, but just think of the generations that's coming after you, whose lives you will be changing. And it's not you changing, it's not you trying to change their lives, it's you actually changing your life and then allowing the younger generation to look up to you and say, you know what, if my uncle was able to do it, I can do it. If my dad was able to do it, I can do it. If my brother was able to do it, I can do it. It's about inspiring. It's about giving someone out there hope. It's about giving someone out there inspiration, enough inspiration where as though they say, I inspire to be like X, Y, and Z. One of the biggest things that I want to leave to my children more than anything in this world, and it's not money, it's not any of those materialized things, is the ability, letting them see they have the ability to change their goddamn lives by me changing my life. So, to the black man, you may feel some type of way, but one of the things you have to understand is you are a whole God, a creator of your reality. And if you want different, let me tell you something. You have the ability to get up and do different. No one can ever hold you back. No one can ever hold you down. You have to look at your life and actually say, you know what? I am going to change this. And it doesn't matter where you change it at. It doesn't matter where you currently are. None of that matters. What matters is the mindset. The mindset. And things that you are listening to that makes you feel a certain type of way, you're going to have to start listening to something different. You're going to have to start doing something different. The universe it doesn't play favorites. It's not finna give somebody something and you feel like, oh, well, they always get this. You know, white people always get this. And the government, everybody could be against you. Okay? It could appear to be. But don't they say if God is for you, who can be against you? Honey, you God. You gotta look at yourself and start understanding this. You gotta look at yourself and understand that whatever it is that you desire, you can have it. But you gotta be willing to face yourself. And be honest with yourself and real with yourself. There's times where as though I had to face myself. Times where as though I would tell my children, let me know exactly how you feel about me being your mom. And necessarily, you don't want to necessarily hear it. Okay? But you know that your perception, it may be different from someone else's. And so when my children tell me exactly how they feel about me being a mother, we work somewhere in the middle. And if they still want to go and do whatever it is that they want to do, then that's on them. I don't have control over people. And I'm not trying to control no damn body. But what you have to understand and get is you have the ability to change it. You have the ability to get something different. Because why? Because you deserve it. And no one can do it for you. And I know you may have grown up a certain way, right? We all have, certain hands that we was dealt. But what makes other people able to be whatever it is? Other black men, to be, do, have, whatever it is. You're no different. We all have 24 hours in a day. And it's about choice. It's about choosing that you want better. It's about looking at yourself and saying, you know what? I deserve better. I deserve better than the way I've been showing up. And once you get started, everything, it'll just start coming to you. Like the downloads and things, it'll just start coming to you. But you got to get started. You got to start taking accountability of your life. So start taking responsibility of your life. Stop being in denial of, oh, well, no, I'm not like this, I'm not like that. If you, and I guess, you know, if you can't see it, then you can't see it. But, I mean, if you heard it a few times already, you know, that should start speaking to you. And so with that being said, I love you guys. Let me go finish sorting out clothes. That's what I was doing. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourselves. Know that it's possible. Whatever it is, you know. In this here universe, it never plays favorites. It is never going to give, you know, people more than others, unless those people are following the laws of this here universe. It doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter the skin color. It doesn't matter the side of the tracks you grew up on. None of that matters. None of those things matters. What matters is how you see yourself. What matters is you taking accountability. What matters is you believing in yourself. I don't give a damn if all the odds or chips are stacked up against you. You only need one chip, and that's yours. One chip, one person to believe in you, and that's you. That's all you need. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.